Hello, this is KinLee again. Today is the day 12 of the Power BI series. Um, AdventureWorks 2022 database and the dataset. We will continue with what we have, where we have stopped in the last session. So let me get back to my desktop screen. So in the last session, let me open up. Okay, in the last session we have uh, we have come to the first page, but I have removed this landing page. Remember, we came up with some graphs for testing. I've removed this and I've renamed this as the executive summary, where we have pin all the visuals here. Okay, similar to what we are going to achieve on this dataset sample on the. Let me go to the apps.powerbi. Wait, apps.powerbi.com. Okay, I'll just go to powerbi.com. Sorry, www.powerbi.com. Okay, so apps.powerbi.com. Okay, allow me to load my. Okay, ultimately we'll do something like this. So something similar, but not exactly. Okay, so we have sales, we have products, customers. I'm not sure we have delivery, but this is just an example. So this is the first page. That's the executive summary, and this is provide a brief, important, and critical information, especially to the key stakeholder. So it's a data-driven kind of visualizations, and for them to make more accurate business decision. I think this is critical. Okay, so sales similar, products. Okay, so based on the products, the higher selling products, that kind of stuff. Then customers, we have also have the customer age group, sales by whether the customer. We aren't able to do this mainly because we don't have the customer age in the data set. So we also don't have the income of the data set, but this is just an example. So we also have delivery. So there's days to ship for this data set. So there's also a demographics. So from Mexico, Colombia, but I'm not sure we are able to do this, but we will try. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. Okay, likely we will have the same design and format. Okay, this is my capstone project. Okay, let's get back. Okay, we stopped somewhere around here with some graphs which I have deleted. I think it's a stacked clustered column chart, sorry, around here, and I have also a slicer. Uh, I've also played around and to ascertain some data and get my understanding correct, facts right, and checks on certain to ascertain the data structures and the data in the tables, especially on the sales. So this is the line graph with the time series here. So with the month and the year. Okay, so this is the sub. It's a sales based on the month and the year. Okay, so we also identify outliers. Um, so here and here. Here is, I think, I believe it is because uh, the data record from the data sets, raw data hasn't got the latest value. So I'll likely not so concerned about this. Okay, as you can see, the highest point is here is 4.6, but this jumps up to 7.1, 7.2. Okay, so the expected value is around 4.9. and expected minimum value 3.9, expected maximum value is 5.9, so it's 7.2. Okay, this is some of the likely AI or machine language computational value by Power BI, which this is out of the this uh, expected values. So this is considered an outlier. So you can see this is 0.07 and goes back 1.3, so 1.8, so it's acceptable. It's just that this and this are far too off. So we need to find the reason why there's a spike in the sales here. So likely there's some promotional items, or let's say some campaigns, or maybe Taylor Swift came and promote certain products, so there's a spike. Okay, what else? Okay, this is the line graph that I've plotted, and when I clicked on here, so let's go to uh, so the x-axis is year and month, so the y-axis is subtotal, is the sum of the subtotal, which this subtotal I made some adjustment on my query. Okay, let's go to the table view. Okay, so in my table view, sales order is slightly different from the last session that I've shown. In the last session, if you remember, I have the uh, total with tax and total without tax, and I have removed the freight cost here. I also didn't include the tax amount, but this time around, looking at the data itself, I think I'll keep it as it is original. So I'll have subtotal, uh, tax amount, and I have freight, and I also have the total due. This total due is actually the summation of this and this and this. When they add up, this is total due. Okay, so I still keep the order date and ship date. Okay, so now we need to ascertain a certain we need to ascertain something. So in the sales order table or query, there's this subtotal. In the sales order detail, there's also this line total. Okay, if we look at okay, the sales order for 75123. So 75123, there are currently three rows of records here. So in terms of with three different product ID, so each row has a different line total value. Okay, so this line total is actually order quantity multiplied by the unit price, and then multiplied by the discount. Okay, which uh, which sums up to 8.99 for product ID 712 for this for 75123 order. Okay, so we have three here. So it means to say that the subtotal in the sales order table for sales order ID 5123 should be the sum of 8.99, 159, and 21.98. Okay, let's do that now. Okay, calculate calculator, open. Okay, we have 8.99 plus 159.0 plus 21.98. Okay, so this pertains to sales order ID 75123. Okay, let's go to sales order, and let's go to sales order ID. Oh, what's the sales order ID? Let me go back, sorry. 75123. So this is sales order. Okay, let's 75123 673. Oh, where am I? Okay, let's do a search. Uh, let's select all. Okay, 75123. Oh, it's okay. Let's do it in the fastest way here. Let's go back to my Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. So sales order header. Okay, where okay, come on. Okay, where uh sales order header dot sales order ID equals to 75123. Am I right? Let's execute. Okay, so let's check the it where is it? A subtotal 189.97. Yes, 189.97. So I got it correct. So it is 189.97 for 75123. Okay, let me remove this, not important anymore. So now we understand that the line total summation of the line total SQL, oh, okay, is the subtotal on the sales sales order header table. Okay, let's do a counter check. Okay, this is the sales order header which I've created. Okay, my usual practice is to use the database statement here on the first. Then what I did was just to select sales order ID, sales order date, and subtotal um, from the sales order header. So with these five sales order ID, which I randomly picked, and this one actually has a percent discount, 44530. Okay, let's run this again. Okay, so either I press on the F5 key or I just execute. Okay, so I have these records, and this is the order date, and this is the subtotal directly from this table, sales order header. Okay, let's go to my query that will compute certain information. Okay, uh, so if I run this 44530 F5, so I have a 2% unit price discount here. So it will compute my my total, my sales, it will compute as order quantity multiplied by unit price, and then minus off the discount, and which actually will give this value 58.959936. Okay, so this is what I've done. So I did a SQL, the sales order ID, and I created a sum total, sum line total as okay, maybe it's not line total, but it's, let's say, group total. Okay, group total, and then I also have uh, order quantity multiplied by unit price, and then minus off, multiply by the, okay, minus off the discount, which I multiply by 1 minus the uh, unit price discount. Okay, as computation total. So I have group total and computation total, they should be the same, and with the same 5 selected sales order ID. Okay, let's run this. F5 or just the execute button. Okay, now we have the group total. That means it's grouped by um, sales order ID in the sales order detail table. So 453 65, and I have 20565. So 20565.620.6, that's correct. For 20565.620.6, that's correct. So that's the 43659, which is, let's do the last one, which has the um, uh, discount. Okay, so 44530, I have 104958. So this is two are the same. So 104958. So 44530, and I have 104958. Bingo, that's correct. That match. And these two also match. That means my deduction, my assumption is correct. And let's do the 43688. Okay, 43688. Okay, then we have the 12718. Okay, 0.0844. So both these are correct. 12718.0844, 12718.0844. So that means the sum of this line total is actually the same as sum of order quantity multiplied by unit price minus off the discount. Okay, that's my computational computation total. Okay, so I got this correct now, and that means to say that, let me go back to my table view. Okay, this is table view. Let me go back to, this is the sales order. Oh, sorry. Let me go back to the sales order. Okay, the subtotal here, subtotal here is the sum of sales order detail. Let's sort ascending. Okay, the subtotal here, that the sales order table is the sum of the line total for the same uh, sales order ID. Okay, 459. This all this until the 14. Uh, the sum of this line total for this particular sales order ID is the sum of all this. Okay, that's that has been tested out now. It's also the same as this value is also order quantity multiplied by unit price, and then minus off the discount. In this case here is 0%. Okay, so we got this right from the example at the uh, SSMS Microsoft Server SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, so we got this right, and let me get back to my Power BI. Okay, let's go back to the report view. Okay, from here we also identify the outliers here and outliers here. I've also did what's this? No, sorry. Let me get this correct. Stack is no. This is a clustered bar chart. Okay, so I've also plotted a clustered bar chart with the year and month on the um, on the y-axis, and then the x-axis, which is the sales. And this sales is actually points to um, wait subtotal. Okay, uh, subtotal, uh, which is the sum of the subtotal, which just now I've displayed. Okay, which I've shown on the sales order table. So you can see if I were to scroll down, this has got the maximum sales 7.2, which is this one. Okay, let me check out this. Okay, this 7.2 is actually March 2014. So 7.2 million, which is here. So if I were to just select this, okay, this got changed to just this day, this month, and this row, which is this is a table, and this row will only display the products on this month. Okay, so we have the best selling on this day is actually the bike road 350W yellow 48. Okay, with the two 233,716 and 3 cents, uh, and we earn this value with a order quantity of 229. And then the next one is the mountain 200 black. I guess this is inch or something. So we have 149, and the unit price is 1,376. There's no unit discount, and we have the sales here at 205. Okay, so all these are the products sold uh, for that month in March 2014. Okay, so we now are able to know which are the products sold, the quantity, and the sales value. Okay, one thing I know, I'm just playing around and trying to better understand the data structure and to see how can we go further. It's just a testing and feeling and trying around. Okay, for this sales without discount, I did this column using DAX. Okay, so DAX function, which I'm going to show you now, which is sales order, where's that? Oh, okay, line total without discount. This is the DAX that I came up with. So line total with discount equals to sum x. So this is the table. This is a very simple DAX formula. Then this is the unit price multiplied by the order quantity. This is the table table name. Yes, correct, table, and this is the column name. So unit price is the column, order quantity is the column. Okay, so unit price multiplied by order quantity. So I doesn't include I did not include the discount here. It's just basically order unit minus unit price, order quantity minus unit price. Okay, unlike the query I did here, um, I did multiply by the unit discount, unit price discount. So 1 minus unit price discount. So I get the computational total here. I'm just doing this for fun and just to test it out. Okay. Nothing fancy. In fact, I don't think we really need this column at this time. Okay, but let me just go around to see if there's any value that, oh yeah, there's 2% here. So you can see this 2%, there's a different value. Uh, Without discount is 29,603. So with the discount is $29,011. Okay, so it is working. Okay, so we got this far. Okay, so I've also playing around and tested around the products. Okay, so there's no slicer here. It's just a donut, and just based on the overall sales with no date and time selection. So category wise, this is subcategory. So bikes and road bikes made, no, sorry, let me, okay, bikes and road bikes makes the most sales so far. Okay, overall. Okay, with 43 million. Okay, so the next one is bikes and mountain bikes with 36 million. Then bikes and touring bikes. So all the bikes are in the top three. Okay, road bikes, mountain bikes, and touring bikes. 14 million. Okay, so the next best selling, and especially in terms of category, is the components. So bikes first and the components second. So in the component side, you have mountain bikes, road frames, and touring frames. All the bike frames. Okay, these are the based on the value of sales. So how about order quantity? I'm just playing around. So again, bikes, road bikes and mountain bikes made the most sales, the top two. Then the third is actually jerseys. Okay, so at 22,711 so far, but it didn't make it to millions. It's just 752,000, which is I think a good value if you are a good outcome. You are based on just jerseys. Then the next one is accessories, helmets, 484,000. So these are the data. Okay, what's the list? Let's check on the list. Okay, sorry, list. Okay, the least value that the company made is chains. So order quantity is only 774, and overall sales till now is 9,377. So at the bottom side here, below 10,000. So what are the decisions the management has to do pertaining to this? So this is the thing that there's a need to highlight. Okay, so what's the stock level? Is it urgent? That kind of stuff. So the focus of we must service with this change, but what's the effort and what's the level of concentration or priority given to this? So these are things that we need to take note and concern with. So this is the best, and this is the least here onwards. Okay, and if we look at this donut chart again, so you can see that bikes is making 94 million, 94.65 million here. Okay, so it looks very much like an 80% to 20%. So some of your in the industry, in many years ago, I was told that a company products some of the your best selling products should make up of 80% of your total sales. So this looks like it. That means the bikes is around 80% of among all. So next will be the component, then the clothing, and the accessories. Okay, so just we are just playing around at leisure on this. So we also come to the sales reasons part, which I just create a table and a slicer and subtotal by year and month. So this is the month and this is the year. I've also selected let's select only the March. So on March is 2014. Let me double confirm. So we know that the company made the highest sales. There's a spike because of 7.2 million here in March. So let's go to the sales reasons page. Oh, so total there's a 7.2 million here. So these are the sales value. Okay, just need to highlight that this 24,000 is pertaining to this day. It is not pertaining to the reasons. So all these reasons for this day adds up to $24,474.59. It doesn't mean that 24,400 is for promotion. 24 no, this all these add ups based on the data that I have. All these add ups that sums up to 24,000. Okay. I don't have segment data for each at this time, I think. Uh, and this is the order date, this is the reason type, and this is the reasons. So as you can see, this is the least. This is the least money making on the 13th of March, 2014. Let's go to the max. Okay, on the 30th, which is the last day in March 2014, uh, this month they made overall of total of 3.4 million, 3.396 or 397 million, based on based on reasons, manufacturer, on promotion, other, price, review, and television advertisement. Okay, so all these they have done, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 reasons for the 31st March 2014, and this then they made the most sales on this day. And the second one is actually on the 1st of March. So the first day of March, 2.26 million. Okay, so this on the first day. Then on the 27th, the third largest. Then on the 19th, so it comes down to here on the 13th, which is the which is the least uh, value that least sales that I have generated is on the 13th of March. So there could be many reasons, but on the 13th of March is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 reasons. On the 31st, I think there's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there's one more reasons. So how to check on the performance of each reasons? That one we need to drill down further, or I don't think we have much data pertaining to this. But for this data set, what we can do is to show what are the reasons that has triggered the sales. So these are the 6 reasons that they have, and of course need to go back to the marketing department and check on whether any other details that they have in order to improve on the visuality and uh, the the values and the insights that we can gather from here from this. Okay, this is basically it here. So we can just click on 2014. Okay, so this is the 2014 until December. So we only have up to May data. Okay, so this fall, so again March made the most sales here. Okay, so basically I'm just playing around with few visualizations, charts here, and also let me get back to the sales, and also on the on this line graph here with the trend line which is going up, and also the, let me go back. So usually we'll plot a line graph with a trend line whenever there's it is a time series on the x or y axis, on the, sorry, on the x axis. So we it will clearly show whether it is ascending or descending trend. This is healthy in the sense that it is actually a ascending trend. But it's also, I personally find that the variation can be too wide. For example, this is this 0.5 million, this 0.458 million. So this is quite good because the variation is small. But from here, there's a big jump to here, and there's a, so the consistency is a bit wide. So I'm thinking if we can minimize to a very low deviation, I think that will be more easier for prediction, and we can really able to analyze uh, the data better. Just my own thinking at this time. Okay, this is too wide, so that means there could be other different variation reasons for that difference. So a lot more things to consider. Okay, so let me close this. Okay, so basically I'm just playing around until here, and we'll move on from here. Uh, we'll move on from here. In the next video, we'll try to I'll try to beautify all this. Have they perform a makeup, and also to get more relevant insights and visualizations from here. So that it's a good storytelling uh, to the key stakeholder of this company. But I also discover that this is actually not the data itself is not comprehensive enough yet. So, for example, we don't have the customer age group, the customer annual income range. So it's not able to predict on or analyze on some other aspect of the business analysis and stuff. So so I think what we can do is just to squeeze out whatever we have from the database and present it more professionally in future. Okay, we've come to the end of day 12. Let me get back to. Okay, there's only so much I can do, but I think I'm happy. We'll drill in a little bit more, maybe on to bookmarks and more on to DAX, and that's the end of today. So if you like it, do subscribe and do at least click on the like button. Okay, thank you and see you the next time.